Hey, good morning, everyone, from balmy Elk Ridge, Utah, where it's a 15 degrees outside. Anyway, I wanted to do a little addition or follow-up to my last video about the things you shouldn't say at family gatherings, for it might cause a fight. And I wrote an article on medium.com several months back, and it was basically coming from a discussion I had with my cousin years ago when President Obama won his first term. And what kind of sparked the idea to write this was that she was so excited about his victory, and we were talking about it, and she censored herself, and she said something to the effect that, oh, maybe I shouldn't be so excited about his win because I know your values and that you don't really like him. And whether I like them or not is irrelevant, and maybe for a topic for another discussion at some point. But so I told her, I said, no, I think you should feel free to shout from the rooftops if you like him, and if you voted for him and you think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, then brag about it. That's great. I just asked her if she could, be able to articulate that and tell me why she likes him, why she thinks he's awesome. And I should be able to do the same thing. As a little backstory to this conversation, I was raised in Northern California, which is a very conservative environment, and so I'm going to be affected by those values and views. And she was raised in Berkeley, which is predominantly a liberal part of the world, and so she's going to be affected by those views. And I told her, I said, you and I should be able to feel like we can come to the table with our thoughts and our ideas and share them and explain how we come to those views or opinions, and not feel like we have to destroy each other or convert each other or sell each other on ideas, and just, again, come to the table with an attitude of mutual understanding and love. And I think so often we feel like when we come to these discussions that we have to have a win, we have to, destroy them with our better idea, better attitude, which just breeds contention. And as soon as there's contention in the room, then the conversation is over and no progress can be made. Also, oftentimes on Facebook discussions or social media discussions, we will fight to the death for our side and our side's point of view. And when in actuality, we don't know if the sources that we are sourcing are accurate. We have to operate from a basis of faith, because we don't know who's telling us the truth anymore. And I can find an infographic or a study that can back up any point I have, and someone who I may be talking with that has a different opinion can do the same thing. So we got to be really careful how we get into these discussions, and again, just go back to the basics of just, how about we try to understand before we are understood? The great Stephen Covey said that, and too often we just don't follow these rules. And I think if we did that, more conversations can be had, more genuine connections can be made in this crazy world of ours where everyone seems to be fighting about everything, So that being said, everyone, I hope you have a great day, and more of my thoughts to come.